Alright, what's up, guys? So, this is going to be my 1 month SMMA honest review. Absolutely no script. This is straight off the dome because if I wrote a script, that wouldn't really be super honest. I want to be as transparent as possible. So, it's been a month and a half, almost 2 months. Right now, I'm working in the e commerce niche. So, when I first started, I was trying to find the best outreach method. I was trying to find everybody always asks me, "Oh, what outreach method do you use?" When I post my results in those SMMA Discord servers. But what I realized is that the people who ask you for outreach methods, those people most likely won't be successful. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're asking other people what their outreach methods are, it's like you're chasing the shiny object. You have to stick to an outreach fuck, I can't speak. You have to stick to an outreach method that works for you. You yourself have to test all of them and see which one works for you. Develop your own process. Because let's say some big shot, Iman Ghazi, tells everybody to do cold emails. And now everybody's doing cold emails. So when you do a cold email, it's going to be not affected because that business owner already had 10,000 other cold emails. So I'm not going to tell you, now I'm going to tell you what outreach method I used, but just take it with a grain of salt because I'm not really scared of competition. I'm here to help you, but you can't just take other people's words for granted because their processes will be a lot different from yours, and you may have more success in other places that are less explored by other people. Right now, I'm also in high school, so it's semi difficult to balance out school, life, and hobbies. So obviously, I can't be playing video games. No time for that. Also, they're just not fun for me. You have to be really focused because right now there's a lot of competition in at the SMMA space. And if you're looking to enter it, or if you've already been doing it for a while, then you know how difficult it can be sometimes. And that's why you can't be slacking off. You can't be slacking off. There's too many. Just think of it like a marathon, right? If there is only a couple of participants, it doesn't really matter if you're second or third or fourth or 10th. But if there's 10,000 participants and you don't run fast enough, you're going to get left behind. Now let's get into the actual timeline. So a week after I started my SMMA, I had my website. I decided on the name. I had my logo, and that's when I was trying a bunch of different outreach methods. I was doing Facebook. I was doing LinkedIn. I even did some cold calling, which was terrible because I was calling on a Sunday, and people aren't in stores on Sunday. So I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was a bit cuckoo, but I wanted to test out all the outreach methods. I even did some Upwork that's worked a bit for me. Within 2 weeks, I kid you not, within 2 weeks, I landed my first client for $750 a month. Within 2 weeks. I got really lucky with Facebook DMs. I was sending like 10 a day, and that was my second call ever. So at this point, my close rate was 50%. And on my second call ever, I already closed the client. So I was feeling pretty good about myself. And the first time you close a client, it's euphoric because everybody always tells you, "Oh, the first client is the hardest to close," which is true. And after, dude, that shit actually gave me migraines because I had to close him within 3 calls. It wasn't a 2 call close, it wasn't a 1 call close. 3 calls. So it added up to like 2 hours and a half just to close him, but it it was worth it. It was worth it. So for this client, as I said, I got him on Facebook DMs, but I knew it wasn't working. I knew it wasn't working. It wasn't working for me at least. Because if you're messaging all these big pages, they have a bunch of other inquiries. They have a bunch of other like salty customers chatting them up on the DMs. So they'll never get around to your DM. And the only reason why I was able to sign him is because his Facebook page had like 20 likes. It was a super small brand, like absolute tiny. When you sign your first client, it's like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't believe I did that. But that's not the hard part. The hard part is actually doing the back end work and getting them results. So don't get too excited when you sign a client, because for your client it's like we've just started. For the client it's just like they've just started. They're just getting started. But for you, it's like, oh, I had to do this, but they don't give a fuck. They don't care if you had to do millions of hours of outreach, the calls, this software, that software. They don't care about that. They care about their business and that you can actually bring results for them. So after 2 weeks, I got my first client, and that was Facebook ads. I did it by leveraging some case studies from somebody I found on a Facebook group. Now that's what happened for the first month. I got one client, and I was just trying to bring results for it. And at the same time, I was also doing outreach on the side. So I was quite busy, and I was also, this was the start of school. So I was setting things in place. I was getting things prepared. I had to set up my systems properly. Now, on to the second month. I got 4 clients. 4 clients. And I actually got 3 clients within 2 days. I signed 3 clients within 2 days. Now, how did I do this? Well, of course, I'm a G. Isn't it obvious? No, but actually, so my first, all 4 of those clients, I found them on Upwork. Now, Upwork is a very interesting website because the people on Upwork are mostly people who don't have massive amounts of budgets. Like they're not willing to shell out 5K, 10K on the marketing. So when you go on Upwork, if you charge someone 1K, they're not going to reply to your proposal, and they're not going to hop on a call for you. So you have to be willing to accept the pretty low prices if you want to be competitive on Upwork. And within the second month, I made 1.3K off those 3 clients. So as you see, 1.3K might sound a lot, but in the agency space, it really isn't. Most people will charge around 1K to 2K a month, and I wasn't charging monthly. This 1.3K was just a setup fee. So but the thing is, I'm not really focused on money. I see a lot of people, they're focused on money. Oh, I have to reach a 10K per month goal. I have to do this. Like they're too focused on the money. But what's really important is that you focus on building up the skills that will help you make the money. Like I always say this analogy. If Elon Musk were to lose all his businesses and everybody forgot who he was, like he was not famous, so you cannot say he was leveraging attention. If he was not famous and he lost all his business assets, he would easily build up another billion-dollar company within a month, 2 months, 3 months. He's going to do it because the skills he accumulated, the entrepreneur assets he has, the skill set he has. He knows so many fucking things about business that 99.9% of business owners don't know. So of course, he has that experience, he's done it before, and I genuinely think if he lost all his business assets and everybody didn't know who he was, like everybody suddenly forgot who he was, he would easily build up his business again. And that's why I'm focusing on actually building the skills. So instead of focusing on, oh, I need to get an extra 200 out of this person, it's like, no. Charge the 300, charge the 400, and then really focus on getting them results. Focus on the marketing, the back end side of things, and really improve your marketing skills, because that will serve you endless. It will serve you for the rest of your life. It has endless benefits. And that's where I think a lot of people go wrong. They're too busy chasing, oh, I need to get 10K, I need to get 20K, 30K. But no. Forget about the money, because if you have the skills, then you will make the money. If you want to make 10K per month, you'll need a 10K per month skill set. And the only way you can build that is through actually doing it. Is actually delivering on your offer and bringing your clients good results. So, yeah, I'm willing to take a lot less right now because I know in the future it's going to eventually It's going to come back around. Some money is better than no money. You have to understand that. And even if you have to work for free, do it. I say do it. Personally, I would never really work for free necessarily, but if it comes down to it, I'll do it. Now, one of the biggest pieces of advice I could give to you is don't do what other people are doing. Do not do what other people are doing. Did you hear me? That's also why I say stop asking me for my outreach methods. Stop trying to chase the next shiny object. Because if you're doing what other people are doing, then you're not special, you're not unique, you're selling Facebook ads, everybody's doing that shit. Nobody's going to want to work with you. You have to be unique in your offer. You have to use different outreach methods than everybody else. Right? And when you're doing cold email, stop looking for the newest cold email script. Make your own. Make it unique. If you want to be successful, then you have to do things differently. Because if you're doing the same fucking thing as everybody else is broke. And guess what? You're going to be broke too. Most people who run an agency fail, not successful. They either quit or they just stop because they're doing the same thing as everybody else and, oh, it's not bringing me results. Well, of course it's not bringing you results because everybody else is doing that. It's oversaturated. So that's why I say that you want to try to find your own specific outreach method and you want to be able to stand out from other people. Whether it's through your offer, whether it's through your messaging, whether it's through your brand, whether it's through your copywriting. When you're trying to convince people to come on calls, make it unique. Stop using scripts. Use your fucking brain. You have a brain. It's meant to be used. And if you cannot come up with something unique, then you probably just don't even deserve success. So that's my 1 month SMMA honest review. Social media marketing is it's a good business model of running an agency because you can get good profits and you also build up your entrepreneur skills quite fast. So, of course, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm not one of those people who are like, I'm going to drop out of high school. No. I still try my hardest at school, but my priorities are allocated on my agency and to be able to really nurture it, to grow it, and to help my clients. That's most important, because if you're making all these big offers and you can't deliver on your promise, you're going to feel like a douchebag, you're going to feel like a scammer, and then you're going to start hating your agency. So what it comes down to is loving the work. You have to love the work, because if you don't, then the person who does will fucking beat you. He'll blast you out the water. You have to love your work, stay disciplined and consistent every day. Keep on chopping on the tree. Don't slow down. But occasionally you'll have to sharpen your axe, right? Keep chopping, stay consistent, and prioritize. Don't be like everybody else. Those are my main takeaways. That was my 1 month honest review. I see a lot of other YouTubers making this video, so I'm trying to jump on the bandwagon, get some views, hopefully help you out. If you liked it, then send me a message. Send me a message on Instagram. I'll send you my postal code so you can send me some money. No, I'm kidding. Just like it. See you later. Peace.